Welcome to a new episode of the MySQL tutorial series. Today we will learn how to insert, update and delete data records from a table. We will start with the insert. Insert is the command to store new data into a table. I will show you an example for this. First of all, be sure you have selected your GTDB schema, or however you named the schema for this tutorial. If you not have done this yet, you can do this with the command use, and then you put in the name of your schema. Execute this and it's selected right here. So the insert command always starts with an insert, then comes into, and then you put in your table name. So first of all we will add a new color here, so we say color here. Now you can write values, then open up a bracket, and now you need to know the columns we used in our table. So this is ID and color name. So first we insert an ID, which is 1, and then we insert a color name. This could be red. We execute this, we get a log message down here, one row is affected, and now we want to see the entries on this table. So we do a new command, which is the select command. So we start with the select, put in a star here. Now we write from, and from defines which table we want to see. So we use color here and put in a semicolon. Now we can execute this and see the table content. Before we do this, I want to tell you what the star means. So our table contains multiple columns. In this case we got 2 columns, so we could write them here. Could write ID, comma, color name, which would be exactly the same as star. So star just says use all columns which exists in this table. So we execute this and we get an output here. We have our ID1, color name red, which we inserted previously here. The select command is a really powerful way to get data from the tables. There will be a special episode where I show you what is possible with the select command. So we will just use it in this way here to see that our inserts, updates or deletes as we expect. So we inserted a value, and if we now insert this value again, we will see there's an error, because the primary key 1 in the field ID does already exist. In the last episode we defined this one as the primary key, and primary keys are unique, so we can't insert a second one. Let's say we want to insert another value here, another color. So I just copy this one here, and we don't want to insert the ID because the ID was set to auto increment, so MySQL automatically takes care of this field for us. So I remove this field, but now I need to define the columns, because we don't use all columns now, we only use a single one. So I need to define this here. This is done with an open bracket. When defining a column name in MySQL, we use the backtick. This is most commonly known as a grave accent, mostly used in the French language, and it's used to escape normal words from the MySQL's reserved ones. And now we can just write color name, so this is our column name, and we execute this, but we will choose a different color here, so this will be green. Execute it, we see one row is affected, so we select this one again, and we see now we got 2 entries, and the ID was automatically set. It was set to the old inserted ID plus 1, because it's auto incremented, it will always go up 1 tick. When you insert the values for normal columns and not for the auto increment column, you don't know what the last inserted ID was. So if you want to know this, you can use the select command and call the last insert ID function. When we execute this, we get back a single column, which is the result of our function, and this is 2, so we know the last inserted one was 2. You need to be careful, this method will only return the last inserted one by this session. So if I would close this, open it up again, it would return null because it's only for one session. I'm not totally sure if you can use this function in any SQL language, but I'm pretty sure most other SQL languages does have at least their own function, if not the same one. We will take a look at our current content of the table. So we now got here a red and a green one. So if I now want to say, green is not the color I want to change this field. For this case, we can use the update command. After the update, we write our table name, which is color, and then comes the keyword set. For set, we write the column name we want to change, so this is color name, and the new value should be blue. If I would execute this now, it would replace all records in the database, in the table, so it was replaced red with blue as well as green with blue. To tell MySQL which row it should change, we use the where command, where we can define which condition has to be true to get updated. Here we say our ID field has to be 2, because green got the ID 2, so only if the ID is 2, the color name will set to blue. I will execute this. We see one row affected. We select our content again and we see it's now red and blue. It's also possible to change multiple columns in one set. So now we want to change the ID as well. Then we write a comma, our new field, our new column name, and then we write 3. So now he will put in blue and ID 3 into the record where the ID is currently 2. So I will execute this, select again, and you see now our ID changed to 3. It's blue as it was before, but both fields got updated. If I would execute this again, it would check for ID 2, but there is no more ID that is 2, so we see 0 rows are affected and there were no changes made to the database. Our last command for today is the delete command. Delete will drop data records from our table. It starts with delete from, then our table name, which is color. And now you have to be careful. If you would execute this without change, it would delete every record of your table. So you need again to put in a condition which is based on our ID column, and we want to delete our blue color, so we put in a 3 here. So only if the condition is true, so only if the record got the ID 3, it will delete. We execute this, we see one row is affected. I will select again, and the blue one was removed. You can also delete on the color name. For this I will put in here color name and write red. I will execute this, and by default you're getting an error message from your MySQL server. This error says you have to disable your safe mode. Why do we get this error? Color name is no primary key, so in this case we could delete more than a single column, because 5 or 6 records could have the color name red. Therefore want to prevent deleting too many columns which we didn't want to. If we select our content again, we see nothing was deleted. I will show you how to delete records without a primary key. This is very carefully to use. Sometimes you need it, but you can do serious damage to your data. To do this, we have to set an option on MySQL, which is done by using set. Then we put in our option name, which is SQL save updates, and set this one to null. We execute this, and now we execute our delete command again, and you see it worked. One row affected. We select our content again, and now it's empty. So this was all about inserting, updating and delete content from your table. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, write a comment, and I hope I see you soon.